speaking for the Court of Consciousness system. So, there are many different belief systems out there and many different views and things within these belief systems. Some people believe that God is evil, and you actually don't even need to be an atheist to believe this. There is an entire sect of Christianity that is heavily demonized and frowned upon, that mostly died out and doesn't really exist anymore, but they found ancient texts from it in the Dead Sea Scrolls and then released those texts, and there's been a revitalization of the people who have read those texts or have learned about it through other sources, because they've learned about it, it's actually seen a resurgence in belief. And that would be Gnosticism. And there's not actually one Gnosticism. There's different Gnosticisms. There's multiple different kinds. There's Sethians, and then I don't remember the other kind. But there's different ones. And so even like sects within sects. But one of the beliefs that they hold is that the physical... Or wait, let me see. I'm trying to be as general with this as I can. The demiurge created the physical universe, and the demiurge is actually a false god who thinks that they're the only highest, most powerful god, and created the universe in an act of sort of rebellion against the true god, Sophia, who is a woman and the god of knowledge as well. And then so people think that the god of the physical universe is evil. And that, and then it creates a sort of like, and then there's even further, like there's been cults that have come, there's new cults that have taken that sort of base idea of, oh wait, I forgot to mention the Archons. So there's these Archons, and they're like all the other people working for the demiurge to make the physical universe run. And they're assigned to each of the planets. There's like a ruling Archon, and all the Archons work for the demiurge. Well, not all of them. There's a few exceptions to that, actually. But to keep humans sort of trapped in this physical cage that is the physical universe, and to always it goes on all these different levels. Like there's Archons in charge of emotions, in charge of the body, in charge of the city, and then it would just level up until like the planet, and then like the area outside of the planet, and the goal is to escape the physical universe. And I love this stuff a lot. But the demiurge is seen as evil, so they see God as like actually evil. But they see Jesus as good, and they see Jesus as like the Gnostics saw Jesus as like the guy who was trying to help humans escape the physical universe and escape God, actually. So they saw it as Jesus was actually against God because God is actually not the real God, and they're the demiurge, and you have to escape the physical universe because it's actually a trap, and following them, their messages would help you unlock the like secrets you need to escape the physical universe. So this is one of my favorite my favorite ideas on the universe. But I disagree with, and I actually a lot of my belief systems is heavily inspired by Gnostic Christianity. But I actually disagree with the idea that the demiurge is evil. And despite everything, like I definitely think the universe is a trap and is a cage. And I love these ideas so much that I follow them partially in my own belief system because I just think they're so intoxicating, but and encapsulating, and they light my imagination on fire. But I don't think the demiurge is evil, and I lacked the language to explain why until I was just sitting here eating a small hamburger and I realized why. I don't believe the demiurge is evil for the same reason I don't believe that someone who makes a video game or who writes a book or who draws lots of characters is evil. And you might say, well, that's not the same thing. Like creating the whole fucking universe is like a cage is not comparable to like someone making a video game or writing a book. I disagree, and here's why. The characters inside of a storybook, for those characters in that book, the book is all they have ever known. So to them, all their suffering and their trauma and life-ruining shit they're going through is this huge, awful thing that they have to live with. But for the person writing the book and for the people reading the book, it's just a story. And for them, they're able to separate themselves from these characters where they can emphasize with them or they can feel with them. But for them, it's like, well, I made this book to express these emotions or to explore these parts of consciousness or to explore these ideas. And yeah, it sucks that this character went through it, but it's not really real, is it? But for the characters in that book, it is absolutely real. And I actually think it's the same with our universe. I think that this is all just a giant book or a giant game or a giant dream. And we are all just the characters in that dream. And I don't think the demiurge is evil because I don't think artists and creators are evil. And as someone who is a creator and who is also a wizard, but and does he no, don't go into that, please. You don't want them thinking you're psychotic just yet, but well, they already do, and they already tell us that, but ignore that. Anyways, I don't think authors are evil, so I don't think the demiurge is evil. I think he's an artist, and I think he fucked up, and he knows he did. And also, there's another, like, I've seen it. People are making new cults, and I try and stay the fuck away from that stuff because I've already been in multiple cults and had to escape. But there is an idea that Samael is, like, Archangel Samael, which is the true name of Lucifer, is, like, fighting against the demiurge in modern times, and that they're now trying to help us escape the demiurge. And I love that idea, and there is one cult in particular that I can think of that follows this new narrative. But I also disagree with that because I think Samael and the demiurge are secretly the same person. And that I need to stop fucking making this video because no one's gonna have any idea what the fuck I'm talking about unless they've, like, read a bunch of things, and even the people who have would probably not agree with me. But I think that Samael and the demiurge are not fighting each other, but they're actually the same person. And I think that neither are actually evil because it's like comparing the characters in a story to the author of that story. There's such a huge, vast disconnect. But I also think the demiurge can put themselves as a character in that story to then interact with us humans through sometimes the tool of Samael or other angels and different things. So yeah.